that you got back together with your husband, ex-husband, and then he passed away from cancer. Like that's, you hear the word widow
Yeah.
and you have a whole connotation. I'm like, this is what you're supposed to do. This is why you're hired. We want to hear your actual real story, not some fake
Yes.
made up, happy, wonderful, fabulous thing about you. Right. So I love that too. I really liked her.
Yeah.
Really.
She came in with a lot of substance and she was just real from the get-go. And, I just thought to myself, like, we did really watch Kyle kind of tiptoe around Morgan for some time. And even the cast's kind of calling her on it. And now she doesn't want to mention her. I mean, however she is comfortable, it's her life. She can live it and share as much as she wants. She's not obligated to share it all. But I just thought for Boss to walk in and just be so candid and upfront, I thought, shit, she gave us so much more than Kyle has in regards to Morgan, So I love the realness of her.
And I'm sorry, this scene once again, it made me laugh. Like just like what Erica is saying, like if you want to see what I didn't if I what I didn't get away, go online. And it's when Dorit is like, yes, nice to meet you. I am Dorit. Well, let me just tell you, my husband is a full-blown alcoholic. And he went through the whole program. Yep. And I am separated. And I mean, she even said, like, this is hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
but
they put the real in Real Housewives this season for sure.
it's like good for you. Like someone must have just said to Dorit like this season, like just be honest. That's what we want as an audience, right? That is what we want. We don't want if you're not in a good mood, don't be in a good mood on the camera. If you're in a great, just be yourself. I don't even think
Yeah.
we really care. Like when someone's arrogant, like, yeah, it gets annoying, but at least you're owning your shit. Like just be whoever you are. You know what I mean? I think that's why we like Sutton and Jennifer Tilly. And so I'm loving this Dorit where she's like, nice to meet you. And by the way, my whole life is falling apart. And my husband's an alcoholic, which he may or may not be. She's just saying that. And I'm getting separated. And I have two children that are young. How are
Yeah.
you doing today? It was really funny to me.
I love that they just delivered. I mean, this is just episode one, and they've already given us more authenticity than all of last year on Jersey. I mean, this is the difference between manufactured storylines and like actual substance to deliver. These girls don't have to milk it episode after episode after episode. They give it to us up front because there's so much juice. There's so much behind the scenes. Like there's so much in that one story. They can drop it at episode one and it'll carry through, but there's just new things. Oh, this season is going to be amazing. This season's going to be amazing. And I think we're going to stay on our toes the whole time. And they're all going to come in with drama. And what I love about this franchise, nobody has loyalty in regards to like how Teresa and Jen, like how Jennifer was like a soldier to Teresa. There's no alliances, no teams. Like everyone comes for everyone this season. No one holds back.
Right. I mean, you look at Sutton. Sutton has had problems with Kyle. Now they've reconciled, but then we see her in the thing coming up where she's like, I don't bow down to the house of Kyle. Right. Like, this is how, I mean, that's why they call me a flip flopper every week because each week it changes because you're like speaking to another human being. That's the way it should be. That's what keeps things interesting. And I love when Garcelle and Kyle are talking and something, and Kyle's like, well, this friend of mine, we're not going to mention her. And Garcelle's like, what? Like, I mean, everyone knows about you and Morgan, like whatever it is. Like now, all of a sudden, we're not mentioning Morgan's name in front of the cameras. I like that too. That is like, I mean, obviously, Morgan must have said to Kyle, keep my fucking name. We're friends. Please don't mention me on camera anymore. I want none of this. I assume, but I think that's interesting too. Like where Garcelle's like, wait, like we all have eyes. We all live. Like I love when they break the fourth wall. When Garcelle's like, we all see what's out there. There's a story every other day. Like we're not mentioning Morgan here today. I love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was great of Garcelle to say that.
I love
I,
it. I
I
love
love
it.
that she said that.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be, and I'm having, there was a minute where it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but like when Kathy was taking that off, it wasn't just like what Boz was saying. I'm like, is Boz going to come for fucking Kathy Hilton this season? Because that seems like she's going to have a problem with Kathy and Kyle. That's what I'm sensing here.
And if especially if she's backing Dorit, we're going to see some fireworks between Boss, I think, and Kyle. So we'll just have to wait and see.
That's going to be
Yeah.
good. Dorit has a new little friend. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I
Anything.
love that. And
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, and
oh,
then one other thing too, whatever you want to say. I love when, like, also when the the people take the stage for Sutton's thing, and I'm like, Erica is just sitting there, and she says she loves it, but Erica is so jealous. She's like, why am I not being paid to be up there and perform?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, Erica wishes that she were the entertainment tonight. Like that is
Yeah.
this is that's
Yeah.
right. That's just what I thought.
Yeah, and they had the same vibe too when they were performing. I thought she was probably thinking, "Shit, that could have been me up there." And we know she loves that attention, so she's probably like, "Fuck." What
I
I was
like,
going to say really
yeah,
quick
go on.
about Dorit. So now, and everybody has their thoughts on whether or not this is authentic, the separation, or if it's a storyline, or if we're really now going to see single Dorit. Like, I really do think maybe Dorit, now that she's becoming a little bit more independent, with that Bravo check especially, I think that we might see Dorit pull a Lauren Sanchez, where she might, come into her own and date a wealthier man. Imagine that. Like, I just think there's a lot more to come for Dorit. I think she locked in next season. So, there's a lot of story there. So for all these people saying, "Oh, Dorit's so boring," now she's finally being real because she has to. Well, I say she locked in season 15. You know,
I think you're right. I mean, also, I do find like again, maybe it's not even like we were never best friends in high school, but we had sisters in common. Like my best friend in high school, her sister was Dorit's best friend. So I mean, it was like there's one family. The sister was in my grade, the other sister was in Dorit. Like we had the same best friends. Now,
yeah,
Dorit didn't go to their father's, funeral and all this other stuff. I'm not getting in the middle of all of that. But, like, so, I mean, but so maybe it's because, like, I know where she's from. I know our high school. I personally find Dorit, yes, she likes nice things. I find her very real. I really do.
yeah,
Like, I don't
I do
find
too.
her, it's Beverly Hills. I mean, who doesn't like a ton of money? I love tons of money. I find her
Yeah,
very, like, something authentic and real. So, to your point, yeah, like she's prime for, I mean, she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. There's a lot of age appropriate guys out there that do not want a 22-year-old. They just don't. Like, they want
no,
someone age appropriate, like, right, like you say, like a Lauren Sanchez. They want someone age appropriate that's also cultured and knows the world. Like Dorita's prime for the taking by some
yeah.
really
And
attractive, hot, very wealthy guy.
let's just hope she doesn't get a gold digger, or like someone who, no, I actually think she's going to find somebody with more money than her for sure. But let's just hope she doesn't get a Louis Ruelas, who's addicted to
Ugh.
fame and the spotlight, because that will really take her down. But I think she's a smart girl. I
Louis
think she's
Aurelius,
coming
I
into
mean,
her own.
we can go down the list. I mean, we have Paulie from Ireland over there with Dolores. We have John Jansen, who was with Shannon, is now with Alexis. I mean, we got a lot of them here, honey.
Oh my gosh, yes. What about the one that was dating Vicky?
Vicky has bad taste too. I mean, that's what I mean. I think Dorit, I don't know.
I
I
already forgot
feel
his name. What was his name?
well, there was Brooks, and then there was, I guess,
Brooks.
Brooks, but then there was also Steve. Steve Lodge, she claims, is like a total fame whore and just used her for fame and all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah, and there's also, I think, the someone else is on OC right now who's a lot like Louis. I think
John
Ryan.
Jansen. John
Ryan. John.
Jansen.
Yeah.
Or yeah, John Jansen, who's with Alexis.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
So I
Oh no,
think it's yeah.
there's another one married to another girl. I think him and Louis have actual, like, the warrior camp Louis went to.
Ryan. Yep, that's Ryan with Jen
Ryan. There you go. Yeah,
Pedantry.
Ryan. Ryan. Yeah. So there's a lot of those guys coming around. So I hope Dorit doesn't get stuck with one of those guys.